Looking for a sneak peek on what's to come for your week ahead? Well, you've come to the right place. Cello, Stacy the Blackfeather Intuitive. Welcome to another weekly Oracle reading for the week of March 29th. Happy spring. We are definitely officially into spring. And I don't know, wherever you're at and wherever you're from, I'm here in the Raleigh, North Carolina area, and finally we're getting some decent weather. Our winter was, for us, our winter was really kind of bizarre. So really happy to be feeling the sunshine and getting some of the nice weather coming through. So if you're not from the Raleigh area and you come from the north, I know I come from the Great White North, I'm a Canuck. If you're coming from the Great White North, I know that what I'm saying is falling on deaf ears because you're like, smallest violin in the world. But I wish for you a beautiful spring as well. Spring has sprung, let's make it so. All right, let's call in all the archangels, ascended masters, highest guides, creature teachers, light beings, elementals, loved ones in spirit. Come on into this space to give us the clarity and guidance that we need to really understand our purpose this week. Let's focus on what our purpose is for the week ahead. I am shuffling from the Tarot Grand Luxe from Ciro Marchetti. And for those of you who watch me on a regular basis, you know that I love Ciro Marchetti's decks. And this is one that I don't use often, but I've been just feeling called to it this month. So I think it's coming into the repertoire. And the card that we have chosen, oh, interesting. We've got the King of Swords. So King energy is all about mastery, leadership, taking charge, making a decision and acting upon it and being confident in that decision. Swords is the realm of the mind, thoughts, mental energy, clarity, also issues around law and legal things. And what I'm hearing on a kind of a grand scope level here is I feel some political stuff going on, some legal stuff that's going to be coming on this month, stirring things up. Some positive outcomes and some not so positive outcomes based on, your beliefs and what you're feeling is right and wrong. So I'm feeling that there's going to be a lot of things stirred up, shaken up this month around legal matters. I want to say Supreme Court type issues or legal decrees being handed down that affect all of us, I want to say in the United States, at least. I am also I'm going to correct that. I'm hearing that it's global. I feel that there are some decisions that are being made in other countries as well that are kind of in that legal and that political sort of energy, that government energy, that's going to have the same effect. Some things are going to be really exciting and some things not so much. So be prepared for that. On a personal level, bringing it down into the personal level, I'm really drawn to the beautiful eagle. And this eagle is carrying in its claws a baby eagle. And I don't feel like the eagle is carrying the baby to eat the baby. I feel like the eagle is carrying the baby because it is about embracing youth, embracing new ideas, embracing and protecting, transporting newness from one place to another, transporting the young, transporting new ideas to safety, protection. I'm hearing a lot of protection energy this week. Bringing it down into the mix, I'm feeling like this week it's very important that each and every one of us consider how we can step up and lead a little bit more, take the lead. Now, you may not be by nature a leader. You may be the follower who's, fully content for someone else to make the decision and you just follow along with it. I'm not saying you gotta turn yourself into a pretzel and do something that is totally counterintuitive to everything that you are. But what I am saying is find ways in your life where you can step up and lead a little bit more. Perhaps areas in your life where you need to. Maybe it's easier for you because there's something that you're not, there's a fear that you're not wanting to face. And it's just easier to do what somebody else says. That way you don't have to think about it, you don't have to agonize about it. This week, it's an opportunity for you to learn and grow into more of a leadership space. So it doesn't have to be your whole life that you're turning upside down, but maybe it's one area or aspect of your life that it's time to sort of say, okay, maybe I'm going to stretch outside the box a little bit and step into that. And I feel that the King of Swords gives you that power and that energy when you are coming at it, when you have a plan on how to do it. So, you know, you may be nervous about stepping up to the plate. So have a plan. Don't just wing it. Have a plan of action, and give it some thought. Don't overthink it. Just give it some thought, and then take that step forward. The eagle, the big eagle, is saying, hey, I've got the vision, I can see all of it, and I can protect you. I've got you. I've got you in my talons right now. I'm not gonna drop you. Those talons are strong. Those are strong suckers. You're not gonna fall. You're not gonna be dropped. So learn step by step how to move forward with that. On the flip side, I'm feeling that again, about leadership, perhaps you are more of a leader by nature. Perhaps you do a lot of it. And maybe this is the time for you to say, I want to make sure that I'm leading more from my intuitive guidance, more from that airy space, from that third eye connection to source, rather than trying to monkey mind it and get caught up in my head and my thoughts. Maybe this is an opportunity for you to say, where do I need to take over in my life? Where do I need to step in and kind of take my power back? Again, it's all in the realm of the mind, mental energy, intellect, but it is a very action-oriented card. So I'm feeling that it is about asking yourself the question, giving it some thought, definitely feeling the intuitive guidance coming through, and then enacting on the intuitive guidance and creating that plan. So I want to say to you, I said it backwards, but it's actually the intuitive guidance first, then you think about it, how am I going to enact that? And then you enact on it, then you step into that space. So lots of energy around leadership. And I want to say confidence. It's important for you to step into a more confident role. Believe in what you're being given. Believe from source. Believe in what you're being given from source. Step into that energy. I'm just realizing that I'm totally reading the card wrong. It's actually the Knight card. It's not the King. It's the Knight card. So I'm giving you information about the King, but I stand by it. There's a reason why I saw it that way. So I'm going to continue to give you that information, and then I'm going to now give you a little piece of information around the Knight, what the Knight stands for. So the Knights are all about journeys, quests. They are about protection. They're about, you know, okay, the King takes leadership and decrees something, and now it's the Knight's job to go out and make sure that that is being enacted. The Knight is very action-oriented. They're very forward-thinking. So I want to say to you this week, it's actually step into the King energy first, and then become the Knight that enacts the King's energy. So be the leadership, create the plan, create the direction, choose the direction, follow the guidance, and then enact on that, and make sure that you're going out and you're seeking the best way to do that. You're seeking the best way to own that leadership, to own that direction, and to make it very successful and to make it work for you. Talking about confidence, I'm still getting a lot of confidence. Knights tend to have to be pretty confident when they're going out there and doing their thing. It's kind of part of the makeup. You know, if you're going to be a Knight, this is, you know, some of what you have in your DNA. You're courageous, you're brave, you're confident in what you're doing. And if you're not confident specifically in what you're doing, you can gain the confidence with the group of Knights that you're with, that collective group dynamic, collaboration of sorts. And then finally, I'm getting the blue. Blue is connected to throat chakra, and I'm hearing very specifically Archangel Michael coming through, actually, saying that you can be your own king and your own knight at the same time. You can protect yourself. You don't necessarily need everyone else around you to do things for you. You can do it for yourself with that confidence, that confident piece stepping in. And don't be afraid to find a new truth. If the truth that you have right now is not really feeling truthful, if it's not working for you, don't be afraid to seek out what the new truth is for you, what truth is going to work for you. Feeling that it is about your truth at the core and seeking that out. Interesting. Thanks, Dream Team, for throwing me for a loop in public. The horror of it all. Okay, and now we're shaking it up, and we are going to be reading from the Goddess Power Oracle deck from Colette Reid. She's another one of my absolute favorite oracle readers. I love her stuff. And this is going to be, in real contrast, I want to say, to the energy of the King and the Knight. Because the goddess energy, we're thinking right away divine feminine, receiving. We think of the king and the knight as very masculine type energies. Not that knights can't be women. They can, and women are queens, which is just as powerful as the king. But let's see what we've got here. Parvati, devotion. How interesting that we're getting devotion. Devotion, I feel, is very much a knightly trait to have. Knights are devoted to their kings. They're devoted to their kings and their kingdom. They're devoted to making sure that everyone is safe and protected and happy and healthy and healed and whole. And I'm feeling that this is something that you need to be applying to yourself this week. How can you be devoted to yourself? Some of us are very devoted to ourselves. I know for me, I feel guilty all the time around, holidays, Christmas and Easter, because my love language is not gifts. I'm the person that will go out and I'll just buy a bunch of stuff for me because I'm like, oh, that looks pretty, that looks fun. I get in the spirit of it, but I get in the spirit of it for me, not about others. And I have to kind of, shift my thinking. Wait a second, no, this is Christmas time. This is about buying for others, showing others. But there is something to be said for that devotion. Sometimes I'm a little too devoted to myself, according to my accountant, but there it is. But oftentimes we are not devoted to ourselves and we are overly devoted to other people, places, and things. How do you bring it into balance? So when we're talking about the night energy and how you're embracing the night energy and you're stepping into that, okay, there's a leadership piece that has happened, something has been decreed, and now I'm laying out that plan. I need to be devoted, not to the plan. I need to be devoted to my truth. And then through my truth, I'm able to enact the plan or to come up with the right plan that is going to bring about the highest and best for all involved. Again, the kingdom. Taking care of the kingdom. When you are devoted to yourself and devoted to that heart space, which is actually devotion to source, because I am a spark of the divine and the divine is me, it is within us, right? This is you. Then you are actually devoted to source, and nothing can go wrong when you're devoted to source, because source is going to say, I know what's in your heart. I know that you love all of the people in your life, and I know that this decision that you want to make for yourself right now is going to be the best decision for you, which means it's also going to have the trickle effect and be the best decision for all involved. Don't be afraid to be devoted to yourself, to your soul path, your soul purpose. That's where that leadership comes into play. You're not putting your needs to the side. You're not putting your visions to the side. You're stepping in to this space and you're saying, okay, I'm protected. If source is protecting me and I'm going to be able to bring in a new item, a new idea, bringing in youthful energy, I'm going to devote myself to myself and source and know that everything is happening in the way that it's supposed to happen. Loving this color, it's all about the pink, and the pink is all about self-care. It's that heart space, unconditional love, self-care, self-compassion, self-forgiveness, self-love, devotion to self. This is what you need to focus on this week. And I'm joking about, making purchases and that kind of thing, but whatever it is that you do for you to show yourself love and care and recharge your batteries, that is absolutely what is needed this week. And I'm feeling that there's a lot of shifting and changing and growing that is happening while you are establishing the foundation. You're putting a lot of work into that foundation. So take time out for you. Devote time to yourself, and the plan will unfold exactly as it's supposed to. And you'll have the energy to be able to do what is needed. You'll have the energy to protect. You'll have the energy to spread the word, spread the news, spread the new truth, and feel it within yourself. All right, pulling a feather from the feather jar. This one feels good to me. Let's see what we've got. Passion on a pink feather. So pink and pink. So we're definitely getting the message that it is about us this week. It's about self-care, self-love. Passion. What are you passionate about? When we think about knights, when we think about, the Avalon and the story of King Arthur and Merlin and all of the knights of the Round Table, what comes to mind? There was love, the love of a woman, Guinevere. There's a lot of passion there. There's a lot of passion with the knights protecting the kingdom. They had a lot of obstacles that they had to overcome, but they loved Camelot. They embraced Camelot and they lived for the love of Camelot. This is how they would move forward, and these are the action steps they would take through passion. What are you passionate about? What are you passionate about? In connection with this truth, seeking the truth, the new truth, or seeking to understand more deeply the existing truth to make sure that it still works for you, it takes passion. There's passion involved in that. You want to be passionate about what you stand for, right? This is how you are devoted to yourself, and it is through the self-care. So explore what you are passionate about in your life right now and be devoted to that passion. Even if it's just for a week, be devoted to it. See what comes as a result. All right, that's our reading for the week. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you like what you see here, feel free to like, subscribe, and click the bell on my YouTube channel. I also have my website, theblackfeatherintuitive.com, and I have my Facebook and Insta, The Black Feather Intuitive. Would love to stay connected with you in those ways. Feel free to reach out, send me a little message. Feel free to comment on my posts. I do a lot of empowerment posts on my Facebook channel. Feel free to connect in that way. Want to tell you about a service that I offer that's a huge hit. It's called the Guidance on the Go. It's a single question email service. Let's say you got a question and you don't have a whole lot of time to book a full session, or you don't even know what you would ask in a full session, but you have one question, you kind of need like a second opinion on it, or you just kind of want to get a feel for it. I'm not really sure what to do. Do I choose option A or option B? This is a great service. You book the service, you send me an email with your question, and I will respond within 24 hours. I tune in, I listen to what it is you're saying, I tune into that, and then I give you the guidance that is coming through. It is a wildly popular service. A lot of people really like it, especially because it's super convenient. So consider checking that out. If you've got a single question that you would like a little bit of guidance on, would be happy to tune in and be of service for you in that way. It's called Guidance on the Go. You can book it through my website or any of my other social media outlets. Thanks so much, guys. Have the most amazing week. Take care, and we'll see you next time.